Gotta get louder tonight, yo. Where's the music song? Better raise it up.
Started collecting records maybe about 7 years ago, right before the bubble.
Massive! Already been played! Now play blood clot tune! Run that! 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 Run that!
I don't know. It's always really just been something that appealed to me. From a musician standpoint, being that I've played drums my entire life, and I think it's initially the rhythms and the funkiness of it that has always, spoken to me. And being a form of music where percussion is the dominant part of the sound, that's definitely something that I'll fuck with.
Anytime we come, we do things rough, and we don't play.
My brother, 4 years older than me, got into raving and stuff out of high school. And so by the time I left high school, I was already very much into rave culture. And the two flavors were techno and trance, and then there was breakbeat and drum and bass. And I guess I loved both of them equally as much for many years, but these days the drum and bass is my main bag, yeah.
Started mixing about 5 years ago. I was 33. I've been DJing 2 years out.
I think as a drummer, it definitely speaks to my core. And as a musician, it's definitely the epitome of all good drumming in one genre of music. I think it combines the elements of good drumming from a whole range of different cultures and parts of the world.
I got into drum and bass about initially 1995-96. I was watching a show on MTV called Amped late at night. It would usually play from about 12 at night to 2 or 3 in the morning, and they would play all sorts of electronic music videos from like the Crystal Method and Fatboy Slim, Chemical Brothers, Prodigy, and so I was already familiar with kind of the slower version of the and beat, and being a lover of hip hop since I was a small kid, it was always something that was there as like a backing rhythm, that kind of like stomping beat. And I saw Ronnie Side's video for Brown Paper Bag, and it blew me away. It kind of, I think The Matrix had just kind of came out at that time, so it was like the first music video that had the same type of stop motion action, and I don't know, it was funky, it was dark, but it still had like soul to it, and I really enjoyed that. So I went out and I ordered that CD from Sam Goody and had it delivered to my house, and I listened to it non-stop. And then there was another MTV electronic music compilation that came out that had I believe the Vinyl Syndicate version of Dub Plate Pressure, and it was just heavy. And at that time I was really into heavy metal and punk rock, so it just kind of was like a new thing that I found. And then I heard Atari Teenage Riot, which had a lot of jungle and drum and bass elements to it mixed with hardcore, which was super awesome. And then I went to my first rave party in Chicago, and I think it was 96 as well, 97 actually. And I was going there to go with my friends and chill in the Gabba room, and I didn't know what that was. And next to the Gabba room was the drum and bass room, and Danny the Wild Child was playing, and he was doing a blend of hip hop and drum and bass, which now I know those are like Joker records and stuff, but the mixture of hip hop and drum and bass together was basically like the platform for me being like, this is what I'm all about. And it hasn't changed since then. Since I heard Wu-Tang over like Remark or something, that was the shit.
Melt to me is a family gathering, a place where we can all like-minded people come and share the sounds of the music we enjoy.
After the death of drum and bass in the United States at the hand of itself and dubstep, I don't know, I've always loved it. It's never been something that I've ever pushed to the side. I mean, I definitely quit participating and playing and throwing shows and focused more on becoming a stage performer again and touring with bands and doing all that. Because it was just a way for me to try something different and get more, road wear on me, and, learn how to throw better shows by playing good shows. And I don't know, one day I came home from tour and I was super bummed out. It's just like kind of everything. And I busted my records out and started playing again, and everything felt exactly the same. So it just kind of made sense to start pursuing that avenue again, and with the same type of seriousness that I did before, because I really love the culture and drum and bass, but more or less because I wanted to be a part of it coming back again, a way for me to give back. You got me.
I first started DJing probably 1999, would be the late 90s. Obviously not having equipment was a major issue back in the day. If you could get some turntables, that was a start, and then being able to have the music on vinyl obviously was a bit of a challenge.
drum and bass. I was living in Pennsylvania, but when I was living in Charlotte, that's when I started going out to the events and seeing the people I've always wanted to start seeing.
Pull up again!
I got my first pair of turntables in 1999 in preparation for a Y2K party that we all thought we were gonna die. So I figured I wanted to DJ one time before the earth ended, and I had been ordering records from Breakbeat Science and Satellite Records for a couple of years, you know, since the first rave I went to. Been collecting tapes, the Jungle Book being like one of the most influential tapes. But yeah, technically now it's been about 20 years. Been in the cut.
Where was I living when I first went into drum and bass? Crazy question. Here we go. That would have been Brisbane, Australia. Yeah, growing up on the East Coast, was definitely like I've said, there's a couple of different genres of techno around when I was growing up, and drum and bass was definitely one of them. I was very lucky to have some junglists in my hood of friends and network at the time, and it was a big part of all the raves. We always had to have our chill room, and we always had a jungle room, you know, for the crazy cats who would get down.
Cause nowadays it's the ways of the underground.
I think melt is like just what the word says. It's like a melting pot of different ideas of what drum and bass is currently, and the fact that it's been around so long now, and we're all kind of getting a little bit old. We're all melting into the ground in some way, you know. It's like, I think definitely it's got to do with a fast-paced tempo. That, you know, you've got to really be up to the heat when you're listening to the music at such loud volumes. And I think melt is what it's all about, you know. You're melting speakers, you're melting the rubber off the soles of your feet, you know. You're melting eardrums. You know, drum and bass is a worldwide community, so I truly believe that it doesn't matter where you are, you have to raise it up wherever you can. So if you find drum and bass in the world, you've got to raise it up, you know. It doesn't matter if it's where you come from or where you want to be, you know. It's all the same sound at the end of the day. You know, we live in a tempo, and I think we've got it pretty locked down.
It's the original jungle sound.
Melt is kind of, I would describe it as a co-op of drum and bass. The name kind of just explains it. We just take drum and bass in Arizona and we allow everyone to be a part of it and come together and just kind of melt all their styles and ideas. And it represents everything and everybody, every style, every crew, every promoter, anyone who wants to be a part of it can be a part of it. You just gotta play drum and bass.
Mid-range, drop the bass.
Yo, can I get a noise check in this motherfucker? I said,
Can I get a noise check in this motherfucker? Yeah! That's how it should be from here to the end, yo. You gotta raise up the noise, raise up the vibe. How you feeling inside? Watch it. Listen.
This humiliation shall be honor, power, and majesty.
When you tap up, when you say that you better talk to me proper. And when God takes both sides of the border, then say that murder with that. And any boy with a jobless trader, it's just this up, get the day chain up a run. And anytime I come back, dance on the run. So all of the jobless, if they come China, put it on them.